Hello, everybody. I just had one of the strangest things happen. I was at a QC meeting. A QC meeting is a quality control meeting in which we discuss how to control the quality of our product where I work. And this is the only time that I have ever gone to one of those meetings and come away feeling like I learned something, like it was necessary to go to this meeting. And I am almost certain that it has everything to do with this one guy that we have working for us right now who's not going to be working for us for much longer. And it's frustrating to think that he's going to go to another company and we possibly might start having problems and issues that, used to come up, that'll come up again. And not everybody agrees that this guy is responsible for positive change at my place of work, but he ran the meeting today as opposed to the person who normally would, and he did all the research, and he presented it in a way and allowed everybody to chime in with their comments, and even some of the disrespectful, playful banter that came. Obviously, I can't get into all the specifics of it, because it's my only job, so, and I have nothing to fall back on, so I can't divulge all the secrets and things. But it was positive, and it was enlightening, I guess. I don't know. It affected me, and it's going to make me approach my job differently. And I hope it continues to be that way. Supposedly, we're going to have these meetings every 2 to 3 weeks. We used to have QC meetings where we would go and we'd play games and things like that. And rather than treating us like kids, seriously, we would play games. We'd play trivia games and things like that, which are fun, but gets a little stupid after a while. And then we stopped having them for probably about a year, something like that, or a year and a half, something like that. And that was when I was younger, and yeah, it was fine, but after you turn 25, you want to stop being treated like a kid, for sure. Most kids are like that when they're 18, but for me, I was still kind of a kid when I was 20. I'm still kind of a kid now. Let's be real. But anyway, the point is, this guy treated us like adults. He treated us like our opinions matter. I don't know if they necessarily do, but he looked as though he accepted what we were saying and that he was going to present what he heard from us to his bosses, and then it might get somewhere. I don't know. If anybody has a job where they feel like they've been stepped on and stepped on and stepped on, that's the way it felt for a long time, and now it doesn't feel like that anymore. Now it feels like they're actually concerned with the things that we're concerned with, customer satisfaction and things like that. We used to make a bonus where I work. We used to make a bonus where it was like an extra paycheck every month. We would get like a $400, almost $500 check, just for profit sharing, profits throughout the company. We have not had a profit sharing check, and I think we had one 2 years ago, but it was small. We used to get, like I said, about $500. The one that we got was like $100, something like that. And back in the day, before I even started there, they used to make it every month, no matter what. There was always a profit, and we always got money. Well, after the housing market crashed and all that shit, that affected us. And then every one of our customers started getting real picky. And picky about glass. Different defects that the average person is never going to see or know or what it is or care. But, little things like that. They get really nitpicky. And then other things happen, like where you got a dishonest customer, in our case, where they're saying that things that happen at their plant that are their problems are not their problems, and they're putting them down, documenting them as problems that we have created and then passed on to them. The way it works is a company makes the glass, like from its raw form, from the sand and soda ash and cullet, and then it goes down the line and they cut it. If you've ever seen that, it's on here somewhere on YouTube. And then it comes to us, and we grind the edges all the way around. We grind the edges, make it smooth. And then we heat it up in a huge tempering furnace. It used to be a world record furnace. There was no furnace bigger than this one, or longer or something. We heat it up, and then it passes through what we call the quench. And the quench blasts cold air on it. Not ice cold, but, well, right now it's ice cold, but it's just ambient air that passes through huge fans, cools down the glass, and then you get that tight break pattern. If you've ever broken like a car window, a side window, not a front window, not a windshield, or a back window is the same way. It'll just shatter. The small glass, the small little pieces of glass, that's what we create. So I guess I am going into detail about what we do. Whatever. But my point is, certain things happen down the line, and you get scratches on the glass, you get different marks, and you can chip the glass, and you can break corners off, and things like that happen just naturally through the process. That's what happens. So the float plant where they make it, if they have a problem, they pass it on to us. We say it's a vendor reject, and it goes back to them, and they get charged for it, whatever. Now the same thing happens after we do our process. We send it on to our customer. They can do the same thing to us. So that's fine. But what happens is, if they have a problem in their process where they're creating a chip or a scratch or whatever it might be, it can work its way back up, to us. Just if they don't feel like investigating their problem to see if it's really them or whatever, that shit happens. I mean, that shit happens at our plant. So that's what's been going on lately at work, and it feels like you're getting stepped on, and then we get hollered at for these problems because they assume that this customer is being legit, and saying that we're the ones causing the problems and we're the ones not catching what we're supposed to catch and throwing it away. That's my job. So it's like a slap in the face for a good long while now, from my bosses. Even though they're not directly saying, but I had the video on here where I said whatever about the chairs and all that stuff. They thought that was the problem. It's not the problem. It's still not the problem. But anyway, I'm getting used to standing up. And I'm getting used to doing whatever they ask us to do. But my point is, the meeting went well. And only time will tell if it continues to be that way. It never, like before, it wasn't cool. You never left that place feeling like you learned anything or like you taught anything. No ideas were shared. But this time around, everybody got their say, and everybody got to be heard as they were saying what they had to say. Anyway, I'm going to get out of here. Thanks for tuning in. Bye.